Hi guys, this is Anna, and I am so sorry that I took so long to get back to you with part four of my Turkish dental saga. I guess that's the best way to describe it. But we're back in the States. My son and I, we actually came back on Monday night, and I'm gonna tell you that part four is at least a sunrise instead of a sunset, the way it was on those other few days. So, as the kids in my high school used to say, what happened was after I was able to make contact in Turkey with a local dentist, they invited me, and they were actually across on the other side of Istanbul and the Asian side. So I was really, really, really happy that I went from the European side of Istanbul to the Asian side of Istanbul. And it's really fascinating that you cross the Black Sea and you're an entirely different continent that has a different vibe and a different feel to in Turkey. So I'm going to give a thumbs up to that. That was really the highlight. The second thing, when it started to go on the rise, instead of sinking further into the depth of despair, I guess, was that when I made contact with another dentist on the Asian side, they came and picked me up. They gave me another examination with x-rays, everything, and the complete evaluation. And they gave me a quote that was half of what the Istanbul side dentist had, and it was more in keeping in what I had budgeted. The only problem was it was Friday and I was leaving on Sunday, so I didn't want to start the work and then come back with problems and not being able to go back for a second checkup with them before I left, and I couldn't extend my trip. They were so wonderful, guys. I'm going to tell you, it makes what a difference a day makes. That when I went for the treatment start with the dentist that I had been in contact with, the dental team that I had been in contact with for almost 6 months, and that just totally went awry. And then here I'm starting with a new one from one day to the other. And what I really liked about them was I don't know, I guess the humbleness, that when I said, okay, I'm convinced I'm definitely going to use you, it seems like this would be a better experience. The dentist said, well, if you want to check around with some more dentists, I can recommend some other clinics if you want to do a comparison. So it wasn't like she was a used car salesman trying to tell me what she could do for me. She was giving me options. So I felt comfortable that this was the person and this was where Hashem had sent me. So I booked it, and I am going back to Turkey in December, and I am going back to Turkey in February. And this, all things work together for good, because it wasn't poor planning, it was poor information. I had done everything that I possibly could. I checked out reviews, I was in constant communication with them. It was just different, and sometimes it can be the difference between a patient-centered model and a business-centered model, even in healthcare. And I think those are the things that are prevalent in the medical industry and healthcare in the United States, that it is no longer a patient-centered model. It is now a business model. And it's very similar to school with education. It's no longer student-centered. Oh, they like to say it's student-centered, but the bottom line, our kids have become products. And it's how much money they can generate with our students, particularly our special education students, because those are the money makers. So the more kids that we can have in special education, the more kids will generate for the school districts in general. But I digress. That's just my pet peeve, the education thing. But I'm just very happy that the second dentist is the one that I'm going to go through. And I've been back a week, and I've been talking with them via WhatsApp every single day. The hotel is already booked for December. I have a plan. I have clearer expectations. I know the airport in Istanbul now. It's the new airport. When I had gone to Turkey before, it was the old airport. And the new one is, it's modern. Everybody thinks it's great. Gen Z thinks it's great. I like the charm of the previous. So I'm going to just keep you guys in the loop of this new Turkey trot. Okay? So keep in touch. Please subscribe. I'm going to be a little business model. It isn't that I don't need the, how do you say it? The views are great, but I really just like being able to communicate with you guys. It would be great if you subscribed, but I really do like you checking in on me, see if I'm still alive. I'm getting up there, So have a great day.